We're like, hey, it's on.
Yeah, it's working.
It's on now. We live.
I
I
mean,
think so.
All right. Well, I'm not seeing the chat, but I'll get there. Give me the word though. Make sure, Char. Make sure we're live before I start, talking.
it takes so long to get to YouTube. It's ridiculous.
Oh man. Well,
Hold on.
I'm gonna click it from my end over here.
Yeah, there's a 25-second like.
Oh, that's the
VOD of
first.
it on
That's the
YouTube.
first one. Yeah, that's the first one. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I
live.
don't-
We're live.
Okay.
But it's a whole new thing. It's a whole new thing. So share it. Shout out to the stream. Sorry for the, we were here, then we weren't. That was because I didn't think we were live, so I cut it, and now we're here. All right, that's all that matters. We're here.
Yeah.
The Backlog, episode 19, with Char typing as the guest.
That's not me.
Oh, okay, my bad. My bad, that might be our guest. But yeah, we're here, episode 19 of The Backlog. Appreciate you guys being here live. I am your host, one of your hosts, Erica, and the other host is Char.
That's me.
Yep. So we're here with a special guest today. Thank you, Beggy, for being here on such short notice, too. I just hit her up today, you guys, and she's here. So, Beggy, say what's up to the people, let them know who you are, and basically what kind of, content creator you are.
Thanks so much for having me. You just hit me up and I was tuned into the first live one that I caught last week, and it was super interesting. And it was about the new PlayStation controller and all that, the DualSense. But yeah, I usually do fighting games, horror games, scary stuff and movies, and looking at new movies is a lot of what I do. I do a lot of reaction videos, looking at upcoming horror content, movies, games, and all that kind of stuff. And that's most of what I do. Usually when I'm streaming, I'm playing some type of Smash game, whether it be Melee, Project Plus, or Ultimate. And that's the main category that I built my community around, other than just chatting. But yeah, that's most of what I do.
Nice. And before we went live, I hit you up with what we usually hit up all our guests with, and that is just some of your favorite games of all time, just to give the people, a gist of what kind of gamer you are. So, what are they? You got any?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm just a huge Capcom fiend, and I play a lot of Capcom games. I have been since I was younger, so I really like the entire Resident Evil franchise, except for 5 and 6 because they're doo-doo. And I really like Onimusha. Devil May Cry is a great series for me. A lot of fighting games that I'm into: Soul Calibur,
Nice.
Grand Blue. So all of those I'm very invested in. Silent Hill is another really good horror series that I've liked over the years. And yeah, similar types of games in those genres I generally gravitate towards.
That's awesome. We're total opposites. And I think that's great because I don't play a lot of horror games or fighting games even. And when I was younger, though, it's crazy. When I was younger, I was really into fighting games. And then I don't know, maybe it's because I don't really have the time or patience to really get good at them. Maybe that's holding me back. I don't know. We've talked about it before, Char, remember? That's one of the genres we wish we both were into. So that's awesome, though. Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. So yeah, Beggy here, up and coming streamer. You're one of the ones that the few that I know, we're kind of a small community when it comes to Twitch and stuff, but I've gotten to know Beggy over, just watching her streams, rating her streams. She's rated me a couple times, and we're out here trying to, we're networking and making friends, and I think Beggy is on the right path. I really do think you got something.
Thanks. Well, okay, I see Peaks in the chat right now. Shout outs to him. He's such a goofball, but he's my favorite Ultimate streamer ever. Honestly, he's one of the few reasons that I keep in touch with that game, because it's just so he's just so entertaining and he's so awesome. He recently started a merch line, and I had a sub goal to cosplay as him. So
oh dang,
probably the first week of May or the second week of May, I'm gonna be doing an entire stream as him for 3 hours in his jersey with a fake mustache and with his bandana. So, but super shout outs to him. He's awesome. and to Hustle. I see them.
Yeah, Hustle. Yeah, the support on Twitch I think is awesome when you get to meet the right people and you build little communities, and it's really dope, you know. Shout out to Hustle. Yeah, so we got some topics today, and you know, I've been meaning to have Beggy on for a while. Because, you know, I just think you got some good opinions, you're cool, you know, and I figured let's get some good topics in order to have you on. And I feel like we got some good ones today. I think we do. But we're going to start with the big one, the news of Horizon Zero Dawn, the new sequel that's coming to the PS5. Officially, they've kind of said, you know, it's going to be on PS5. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone here, right? Yeah, so they kind of confirmed that, and I don't even have the article ready right now, you guys. I'm so unprepared. But in the same article, they did mention that there's a possibility of multiplayer or co-op coming for the next game. Yeah, I immediately thought of you, Char, because
I'm so excited.
Char, you're a huge fan of the first game, and I thought, oh, this is going to be awesome. If true, I'm like, I gotta play this with Char. Like, this is gonna be like,
Dude,
this is the game.
God, we have to play it.
Facts. So I'm assuming you think this is good news, right? If it's true.
I mean, if I can make my own hunter, that'd be sick. It's literally gonna be like Monster Hunter, but like,
Yes, that's what I was comparing it
but like
to.
Horizon Zero Dawn feels, and I'm like, yes, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm excited because I mean, Erica just kind of like put that game down because she was, you know, we all know the story. She was like burnt out on open world at the time, so like,
Right.
she got to start playing, and I was like so heartbroken because I was into that game like so hard. And then this announcement, I was like, oh shit, Erica came back to the game. So excited.
Just to clarify, I beat it. I didn't put it down. I just didn't pick up the DLC.
Well, you put it down for a long time before beating it.
Yeah, it was kind of, yeah, it was kind of bad because, you know, Breath of the Wild was out, and I had just beaten Neo, the first game, which came out. So yeah, I was kind of burnt out. I really was. And then I didn't even bother with the DLC, but I remember seeing you, Char, streaming the DLC, and you were just loving it. And I thought, damn, like,
that's just hard, but it's fun.
Yeah, but I always kind of wish like I liked it as much as you did, you know?
Yeah.
Beggy, did you play the first one?
No, I have very similar kind of like burnt out feelings for a lot of like open world, which is unfortunate, but there are some that I definitely do like engage in. It's just a thing of like, for me, when I understand that there's going to be like multiplayer for this kind of game, and I'm usually not very drawn towards this kind of like huge, like gigantic world. It's supposed to be like bigger than ever, and it's supposed to be just like this giant, like colossal, like kind of environment that you try to like navigate through. And that does make me think of Monster Hunter a lot. And like, I think of like all of the fun that like a lot of my friends get from playing like Monster Hunter World. There's like a lot of updates to like new monsters, new weapons, and new like fighting styles basically. And I think about what that could do for this series, and like honestly, I don't really understand the points of the people saying that they don't really support the co-op or multiplayer. So I do want to hear them, because like I don't really see the negative impact of that. Does it take away from like the experience in some way, or?
I think it's the. Do we know how it's going to be implemented in any way? There's just, like, co-op, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
And it's
I mean, we'll see how it's like implemented. But if it's like, hey, you can come help me with this quest, like in like Neo or something, you like join in on someone's game to like help them with the thing, I'm like 10,000% down for that. Like, sign me up. If it's like, I don't know why it would be PvP, but like if it's like PvP in the sense of like what team can take down what like a machine faster, blah, whatever. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but like, I don't know. Either way, I think it'll be fine. I don't think it'll like, take away from the single player. It shouldn't. I don't see why it would ever take away from the single player, but because if you put the game, if you know the ending, which I'm not gonna spoil, but like it really like opens up the series going forward for like the future of the world, basically, in that like sense. So I think it's understandable that like, and it wouldn't be a surprise if you could make your own character and then like team up with other people. In that sense. So
that's what I'm thinking. Like, if it's like you brought up Neo, because we've done that. We've done the co-op thing where we team up. The game is basically the same. You know, the combat, everything, the story, everything flows the same. It's just you have another person with you. and you just kind of go through it together. So I'm wondering, yeah, we don't know how it's going to be implemented. It could be you're actually playing the story together, or it could be a whole separate mode. It could just be like you're teaming up against robot, dinosaurs or whatever, bringing them down together. Maybe they're beefier monsters, like they take a lot of damage, so you got like 2-3 people with you and it's balanced better, and you know what I mean. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah, and I'm with you though, Beggy, because you don't really understand like people's concerns, because I've been seeing the concerns like on Twitter. I've seen some people say like, no, it's gonna ruin the game, and it's gonna make it like this game isn't meant for it. But we don't know that. I mean, maybe they have an idea, or maybe they had an idea from the beginning, but they just didn't know how to, maybe they didn't have the budget for it. Maybe it needed success first in order to get to this point. I mean, we don't really know. And that's if it really happens, because it's kind of, it's not really confirmed yet as far as I know. But we don't really know. It could be fire for all we know. It could be amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it could work. Me personally, I think it could work.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's just a thing of like, I wonder if people think of it in this sense, like they realize that making a game that's that atmospheric and that like immersive as a single player game and turning it into a multiplayer game kind of changes the direction of their development. And maybe they're worried that sometime in the future, instead of like, let's say that this is a game of like going through the story, the main campaign with 2 people, and like having maybe some kind of like creation system and going through it with your friend or something, that might influence the developers to actually go ahead and make it like a full-on like open world MOBA or something, and it might change like future development styles, and it might kind of influence the series to go that way, and that would eventually take that away from the series, where they had like initially just like it's you and the environment and like interacting in your own way, and that's like its own kind of way to make a game. So it's kind of like they don't want to see the direction of the series change, maybe is like one argument why they don't want to see that co-op, which I can kind of understand, because this is like a super like far comparison. But when they spent more development time on Resident Evil Resistance while working on Resident Evil 3 Remake, no one cared really about Resistance. No one cared that they put in that time, that development effort or anything, that money into Resistance. Everyone cared that the single player experience for the core game, Resident Evil 3 Remake, was harmed from them putting that time into the multiplayer experience that no one wanted. And they kind of took out content from the original game when they made the remake, and it was a much worse result, because they put development time into something completely experimental, but awfully executed. But I think Capcom and like Resident Evil has always struggled to implement like a good multiplayer anyway, so I think it's like a different story.
Got you. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that concern, but maybe if it was that specifically, because if they did, maybe they hire out, they spend more money on this multiplayer or co-op, and I think people, they're just concerned that it's going to take away from the single player, that the single player is going to suffer, because it's mostly a story-based kind of action RPG type, and it's not necessarily like a linear game, because sometimes we bring up the examples of like Gears of War, Halo. These games have co-op. They're shooters and they're kind of linear, and people will just say, well, that's why they work. You can't do that with like an open world game. It's going to mess it up. It's going to do this. It's going to do that, and they get concerned. But I think if they implement it in the right way, where it's like a separate mode, or it's like someone could just come in and help you if you're struggling against like a certain boss or something like that. And if you enjoy that, if that's something you want to do, then I think that's awesome to have that option. And now, if you want to play it all by yourself, cool. You just play it normally by yourself. And I guess it's just really going to depend on like budget and who they bring in, if it's going to take away time. But I do see a lot of people, I think their concerns are valid, but sometimes they just don't make their points valid, because they're coming from a different spot. Like I've seen people complain that like multiplayer and stuff is tacked on sometimes, and it messes things up, like Tomb Raider 2013, for example. They'll say that, but then my argument is, but Tomb Raider 2013 is regarded as like the best one of the new Tomb Raider, so like how did that hurt the game? That's like my question, is how is it going to hurt the game if it's just an option? You know what I mean? So
That's true.
yeah, so I'm on that
I
side of
don't
it.
think people know how to answer that.
Right. They even said I've seen someone say The Last of Us, Uncharted 4, but those games are still regarded as like some of the best games this generation. That multiplayer didn't hurt the game, you know?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so that I don't know. I get, yeah, like Becky, you made a point, like that's the point I could understand. Like, yeah, they're just worried that like maybe too much resources goes into it and then it, you know, kind of hurts. But when people try and say, well, I don't want to tacked on multiplayer, like look at these other games, and I'm like, yeah, but you're not listing good games because those games still turned out fire. Like, I don't know. So yeah, there's just a lot of back and forth, like a lot of people on Twitter giving their opinions. Some people are really for it, and some people are just like very skeptical. So I'm just curious, like, where do you guys land on that?
Right, yeah. I also think that there's kind of a concern where if you look at other games that have kind of an open world with like quests and like stuff to be completed and all of these kind of things that a player can map out and plan if they're single player and then kind of do them. Like, for example, if you look at like Borderlands and you have people joining your party and you're kind of going around doing missions and like slaying these enemies, right? And you're getting experience from them. I wonder if they're going to draw some kind of inspiration from that as well as Monster Hunter, because it's kind of a system where if someone isn't available to play with you in the core campaign, you can
Yeah.
still continue by yourself and the monsters will weaken and it'll all adjust so that it's more appropriate for a single player experience. And like that's pretty smart way to handle it actually.
Oh yeah, Monster
So
Hunter got that shit down like fucking pat. Like,
yes.
love that so much. And I can only hope that they take, if they are going to do that, that they take inspiration of that and like up the difficulty if the like two people are fighting it versus like one or whatever.
Yes.
So yeah,
Mhm,
that's what I'm hoping for it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have yet to see how it
Yeah.
comes, you know, how it happens, and the jury's still out. I mean, hey, it could come out and be complete BS and just it like ruins the game, but I don't think it would. I think they'll do it right. I think, yeah, if they come in with that kind of Monster Hunter approach. But I always see you know, when you do bring up Monster Hunter, some people will say, but yeah, Monster Hunter has a bad story or no story, or it's not, nobody cares about the story. Whereas,
Have a story.
yeah, and then like, whereas with Horizon, the story is a very strong point in that game. It's like,
Exactly.
you know, it's the top thing to some people. So I don't know. It's we'll have yet to see, but I'm for it. I think it I mean, I hate to just diss this game, but I put it down at times because it was just so like, I don't know, I guess it didn't grip me as much as I thought it would. It was a good game. It was good, and again, you know, I was
You're blinded
tired.
by Zelda. It's fine.
I was-
alright?
But even Breath of the Wild, I think is like good but not amazing. Like those two
It's fair.
games, yeah. Like I
Don't
Yeah.
like those kinds of games. Then just say it, Erica. God damn it.
I will say that though, like if we take Erica as the example of like someone who is kind of like in the middle ground in those kind of huge open world kind of games, and then we take
Yeah.
Char
Mm-hmm.
and say that they're an example of someone who like is very invested in those games and kind of just tear
Yeah.
through them and they're very like immersed. I'm probably an example of someone who is extremely almost disinterested in those types of games. But here's the
Fair.
thing, if they were to make this co-op and they were going to make this like a multiplayer experience, and if I can go through this with my friend, I would play it like frame one. Like I would definitely invest in this game if it was co-op. That's the thing for me. If it's a giant like
Yeah.
open world and I'm the only human, I'm probably going to turn it down. But if there's like some other person with me, then like I'm probably going to dive into that game because it looks amazing and
Yeah.
there's someone that's like there, so it could be like a social experience for me. And that's what I like. I don't like it when I'm like alone in like a open world and I just don't feel as much value as if compared to if there's like any single person that's a human player with me. So
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is you do have friends, and these other people, they need to get some friends, right? Is that what you're saying?
yeah. Stop being losers, stop playing with NPCs. Like,
Sorry, I'm getting messy. No, but I was gonna say the same thing. Like, because I was feeling kind of, you know, on the fence about the first one. If they do add this co-op, I think I would be more likely to put more time into it and enjoy it more. It gives it more replayability, you know.
I totally understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hopeful for that. If they end up not doing it, then they end up not doing it. It's cool. Go ahead, do what you got to do. But if it does come, I'm gonna be open to it. I'm gonna be a little more excited, I think. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I see you guys in the chat. Let me go take some time to shout out the Twitch channel.
Oh my god.
The
Twitch
people
chat's
in the Alton, thank
they're
you.
being weird today.
I see a lot of bits going. I see Alton giving us a sub over there on Twitch for the Backlog podcast. Seriously, appreciate you guys. And
gifted a sub,
and
too.
gifting subs, yeah, to Amy, and was there anyone else?
No, that was the only one.
And Hustle got a gifted sub. So yeah, appreciate that so much, Alton. You're a real one. And the bits are still going. Look at that, they're still going.
He's dropping 1 bits on us, and I'm like, you gotta calm down, but.
So yeah, shout out to you, Alton. Seriously, appreciate the love over there on Twitch, and that I just want to use that to remind everyone listening. We are also on Twitch when we go live. All right, so yeah, I think we said it all. Anything else? I think we covered everything.
No, I'm excited for this game, and not excited to buy a PS5 for it, but like, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, I mean, if the PS5 comes on time, you know, considering the year we're living in right now, how soon after would this game come? If it would be a launch game or be like launch window or come later, it's gonna be interesting. I think this is the big one they do need to drop though, like first year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
this is gonna be their like big thing.
It's time because the first one came out 2017. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
And we're here 3 years later, about to be 4 years later. So yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time for this to come. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. Now let's get to the big topic. At least one of the big topics. Shoot. We got an interesting picture here for the chat and everyone watching live, because you know subliminal messages, you know, dropping them in there. Alinity is at it again. Big Twitch streamer. She's been she's been caught in some drama before. She's thrown her cat over her shoulder, which a lot of people, including myself, was a little offended by. I was like, man, how are you gonna just do that live on stream? This poor cat. And then there was the clip of her, what was she doing? Feeding vodka to her cat? Or something like that.
Something like that.
Dude, I didn't even see that one.
That one was wild. She took like a sip and kind of held it in her mouth and then give like a little kiss to the cat so she could have a drink, basically.
She's wild. She's crazy, dude.
And that's super dangerous because cats, they can't handle alcohol, but that's a whole other thing. So she did that, right? And then there's been some other things I think floating around, just her, you know, responses to these types of allegations and everything going on with her. Twitch not banning her, and people are upset already. Now another thing happens where she's what would you guys say she's even doing? You've seen the clip, right?
I saw the clip on Twitter earlier.
What was she doing? Dancing or something?
Nah, she was like putting I don't know, man. She was like putting a pillow
on her or something.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is like maybe she was pretending to be like pregnant or like she wanted to put a belly.
I thought she was stuffing it in her shirt, but that shirt's too fucking small for anything to be stuffed in there. So
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that shirt, shirt choice, the no bra. It's a mess. It was a mess. Whoa. So I'm not going to show the video because obviously that would be stupid. So she got caught with a boob slip. All right, she was moving her shirt, stuffing this pillow in it, and it lifted and showed her boob. Her left boob, I think. Yeah. So
specifics. I like you. Her left boob. And
we gotta give them a visual. We can't show the video. We gotta give a visual. So
that's why it was so bad. If it was the right boob, it would have been all right.
There you go. See, that's what I'm
saying. Exactly. Right boob gang up in here. No, but so that happened. It was a boob slip, nipple, everything showing, and of course it. You know, people record it. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere.
Yeah, within seconds probably.
Right, and. Yeah, apparently people are getting banned for showing the clip because she copyrighted it.
It's so fucking dumb.
How are you gonna copyright a boob. But anyways.
I mean, I'll copyright my own tits, but like, man, that's just so, it's funny to think about. It's like, oh, somebody's sharing my boob again? Fuck you.
Girl, that's mine. That's my footage. Damn. So yeah, apparently people have been getting suspended. Got a lot of men and women, but I've been seeing. I mean, we're dominated. This community is dominated by men. So there's a lot of men speaking out like that it's not fair. She's treated, better than everyone else. Twitch won't do anything. So I just want to hear from you two. What do you think about all this as far as like what's going on with Alinity?
I think that it's just like this is like a huge, hairy kind of topic, like because not only just Alinity, but just a lot of the people that create content in a similar kind of very clippable way, and they're very like they know what they're doing, and there's a lot of people that watch them that actually are just waiting for something like that to happen, and they create all sorts of content from it. Like there are a lot of people in those chats that like I don't know if people realize, but like all they're waiting for is something like that. They're waiting for like a day where she wears something like really slutty, something like really revealing. They'll put it into a compilation of her being thick or whatever, and they'll just put all sorts of stupid content. Like as soon as they see that, like they're actually viewing the Twitch stream so that they could create content, get like followers and subs on like YouTube or wherever else they post it, and kind of share it with everyone. So it's like when you're behind when you have a following that creates such like very like surface level content in that sense, like you already know like who supports you and what you're doing, and you kind of just like I feel like she kind of just like runs with it. But a lot of the viewers that see that and like try to do that, they see it as a kind of profit. They see it as some way to like grow and expand and like really do something with what she's doing, like especially if you're like playing with the line of being banned like that, like if you're throwing your cat around and you're like just like doing stuff that's very obviously gonna start controversy, then it's like it's kind of like she's known as the streamer that does that. So it's kind of like there's all these people just like sharing it and tweeting it and stuff, and it's like I don't think it's ever worth like the average like viewer on Twitch like spending time on or like watching or whatever. But if you're someone that already views Alinity as that kind of channel to like watch for her, like how she dresses or like her compilations of other people making of her like in those moments, then like you're gonna just get more fuel from this basically, because it's just more of her like playing with the line and not getting banned and all that.
Yeah. It's crazy. We did have breaking news, but it might be a false alarm.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was a false alarm, but Hustle had said that she might have been suspended, and we were about to say right now breaking news, but if you guys can confirm it, because some people are saying she did get suspended, so we don't know. It's kind of just happening as we're speaking right now. If you guys can check it, but I don't know if it's a false alarm. I don't know if it's true. Some people are saying she is, she isn't. It's crazy. So hey, if it happens as we're live, that's kind of funny. That's kind of a coincidence. But yeah, it's crazy though. Like this whole, and of course you got people who are going in on her as far as like what the boob looked like. You got memes.
I mean,
you got something to say, Char?
Examine the boob.
Everybody's different.
Not all boobs are created equal. They're just put it that way.
Equal. Yep.
That is a fact. So yeah, I don't know. I can't get a confirmation on whether she is suspended or not. I'm just gonna assume she's not. And when it comes to Twitch, okay, now they're saying she tweeted that she got suspended. Okay.
I think she's talking. I was looking at her shit just now, and it's really confusing because, like, I don't know what she's fucking talking about. She's crazy.
She has been responding a lot to all this stuff going on, and she even responded to those talking about her actual nipple and her boob and everything. And she said something like, I'm Latina. I'm not gonna have pink nipples. Did you guys see that tweet?
What the fuck? No.
Dang, you've been paying a lot of
like,
attention.
yeah, just she was like, what the f, how are you guys expecting me to have this kind of boob if I'm Latina and I have,
Who
so I'm just like,
cares,
dude, just
Oh,
stop.
that's good for her. Oh,
Just-
that's like fuel. That's good.
I think
Okay,
she,
so
She wants
yeah.
that, obviously.
go
I
ahead,
mean,
Char, go ahead.
I say looks like like some people in the chat are like she gave herself a suspension, and I'm like, I don't even know if you can do that. Sure, whatever. But yeah, she's not banned per se. I guess she's just suspending. She's got suspended. I don't know.
I seen that tweet though. She was like, I'm just, I don't know what Twitch is gonna do, but I'm gonna suspend myself for like
I
3
know,
days. So I'm like, oh, so
I can't.
you're taking a break? Okay, you got it. That's crazy.
I don't get why she doesn't take this content to another platform. Is the thing like what? Don't stay on Twitch. You can do this shit. Like I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
There's
people
other
say
sites
about
for
a
this
lot
stuff.
of Twitch streamers, especially
I
like
mean,
girls. Yeah.
it's like I don't say it for everybody because like whatever, and Twitch is kind of biased in like a lot of ways, and we all know that. And it's every platform has its problems. Like YouTube has like fucking problems like this all the time, right? But like there are places on the internet where you can do this and you will not get in trouble. So like, why would you just? I don't know. Like, what is it about Twitch that keeps her there? Is all I want to know.
There's more. It's I think the answer to that question is like it's kind of a market that like there's so much like demand and there's so much like viewership on Twitch so that if you can pull off what she's doing and you can kind of like flirt with that line while attracting like honestly like just like to be honest like all the worst wrong types of attention ever and people that like will make compilations of your bad type of attention, then like you'll stay on there because it makes more money than these other platforms. By the way, there are platforms literally geared for like topless streamers and like nude streaming and gaming and stuff. And it's like, but if you're Alinity, you understand that there's not as much money in that. There's more money on Twitch. And if I could stay on Twitch doing the same nonsense that like whatever I'm doing, even if I'm having these like really like hairy moments of like throwing my cat and like showing my boob or whatever, and I could stay on here and make that same money, then I'll stay here because it's a huge growing platform. And if I could be in that spotlight, that and even if my like content might give Twitch itself as like a site and a platform like a different name, not even like necessarily a bad one, just like completely change its name, then I'll still stay here because it's gonna make me the monies.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, but then if you're as big as her, I don't see why she couldn't just like have 2 streams. You know what I'm saying? Like make an OnlyFans and then do that stream and then go back to Twitch for like other streams and whatever.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
At that point, you can just branch out. At that point, when you're that big,
maybe
when you have that much of a following,
yeah, maybe she feels like she's flirting with that line, like Beggy says, and she's cool right there. And if she does go OnlyFans route, the people are gonna leave her on Twitch. I don't know. I don't know what she's thinking. Like, why not? Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Char. Like, you could branch out. I mean, that's what all of us try and do. We try and put our content on many platforms. So why not? But I don't know. Maybe she's got some kind of dignity, after all. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's also just the fact that like let's say like what would she branch out to right now that would give her more money than what she's making?
True. Yeah,
like, I mean, I wouldn't say right off the bat it would give her more money, but in the sense of like she could make a side hustle,
like
and build a following that way. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, hey, this could just be another step towards that goal. I mean, who knows? At some point, we might hear of her. Oh, I'm on OnlyFans now, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It could get there eventually. I don't know.
That's true. I guess the only reason I don't think that'll be a thing is just because like she doesn't need to, and as long as she's like not banned, like she'll stay there and like she can keep creating like OnlyFans type of maybe content, but then there'll always be people clipping her like lewdest like moments basically and like putting them on YouTube anyway because they're just like they're growing from that literally.
I mean, if she knows that and she's okay with that, I think whatever, because like she can stay in her lane and I'll stay in mine. Like I don't have to interact with this person, so like I'm fine with it. But like it's just I don't like when people do this and then it gives just gives a bad rep. It's just everybody's giving everybody else a bad rap a lot of times. And it's just like,
It's true.
it's
No,
tough.
you're right. Yeah, because then it's like when people hear Twitch streamer, they think of
Yeah.
big things like this. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
events that have like awful like reputation to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of circle this conversation into that, you know, being on Twitch and how, like Shari said, it could give us like a bad rap, you know, and it makes the whole platform look bad for one, because we've been side eyeing Twitch for a while. You know, there's been so many, not just Alinity, but other people as well that have
Oh yeah.
been on that line and flirting with it and just like pushing the boundaries, and they don't get banned. And then you find out about someone else who did nothing in comparison and they got banned. And so a lot of times it's males. And so it brings up the whole question of like, are women just treated, you know, is it unequal? Are these men being treated unfairly? And I figured, since all of us are, you know, female streamers here, and we've been on this side of the fence as far as like the different people, you know, streaming, the men and women. So I just thought it would be interesting, like, to get your guys' takes on this. Like, do you think this, like, does this make you feel a certain kind of way about being on Twitch and being a female streamer? And if it's unfair, or you feel like it kind of hurts you, even if it's just the fact that like you're not doing what these girls are doing as far as like showing their body and, you know, pushing the boundaries, and you're just trying to play games. You're just trying to be out there and just do your thing, and you're not getting that kind of attention. You know, there's so many like ways to look at all of this, and so I'm just curious how you guys feeling about all this as far as that goes.
I mean, for me, there's definitely a sense of like, if I don't have, I don't know what it is. If I don't have my like webcam on or some shit, and like look nice or some shit, that people won't follow me. But that's completely untrue.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely stupid. But that's only because I know that gets attention, right? Like I know for like 100%, if I wear a low cut shirt, that you know that people be coming in the stream, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's not the kind of attention that I want, obviously.
Right.
So I mean, but like, it's there, right? Like, I hate that it's there, but it's there on the internet all the time, anyways. So like, and people are like, "Oh, just get over it," and I'm like, "No, it's fucking sexist and stupid, and I hate it." Fuck.
I agree.
But yeah, there's always that like thing in the back of your mind is like, man, I could get so many viewers if I just showed my tits. Like,
have a boob slip, you saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I could guarantee myself more followers if I did this certain thing, which my morals and my, like, I just don't want to do. But I hate that it's there, kind of. But, like, but then it should be there for guys, too. Mm-hmm. Is like, you know, if we're gonna have equality, let's have real equality. If there was a hot guy streamer with his shirt off, you better believe I'm following that guy. You know, it's like,
true. Yeah.
But nobody fucking does that. Ain't no guys out here doing that. So guys, I'm gonna need you to like get on that shit. All right? No, I'm just kidding. But like,
speaking of that though, wait, I'll let you finish. Yeah.
No, I'm good. I just freaking I'm not a huge fan of like the whole boob streamer thing, and I know it's a thing and people can work it. It's fine. It's just I don't like that it's like a blanket statement for everybody who like is female or presents female. Like, that's just so not cool. Yes. But I mean,
yeah. But Beggy, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that like the male equivalent of kind of having like a thirst like following is kind of just like, I have seen a couple of guys that like they have a really sexy voice, or they do stream like they show like a little, or they just look so damn good that they have like a huge like female following. And like I've actually seen, I'm not gonna give names because I love this guy, but like, and he's like not even like doing it in the same way that like Alinity or any other booby streamer would do, like at all. Like, this guy's very respectable, he's funny, he's witty, and he cares about his audience and stuff, and he's cool. It's just just has the sexiest voice, and like he presents himself in a very certain type of way, where in a sense that like I've literally seen his Instagram and his following, and he's met with his followers and his closest supporters and his moderators, and they're all girls, all of them.
Wow.
And it's like not really a fault of his own. He's just really sexy, and like It's just it does happen. It's
Yeah.
very rare though. It's just, but when you see it, you're like, wait, this can happen the other way. Like it's possible. It's just a thing of like he has to have the right kind of allure. You know what I mean? And it's also just a thing that like not that many girls watch Twitch to look for hot guys. That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really, but guys will thirst all day, every day, and like for me, I guess the way that it's influenced me is that like I just am always in a sense like trying to show that like I'm competent in some way and I'm trying to get people away from like my value being like my looks. Like I'm always trying to like beat someone's ass in like a fighting game
Facts.
or like
Facts.
look competent in some other way and just be like you need to like take me seriously otherwise like I'll show you in time. And like I need and I feel like that mindset has been kind of conditioned into me in a sense, at least in part by the idea that like literally what Char was talking about how like people just as like a kind of preconception. They go into like a girl streamer's stream
Yeah.
saying like, "Oh, if you don't look good, if there's not something interesting here, I'm just gonna leave." And they'll want to find something valuable from girls in a way that is extremely different, like almost
Yeah.
polar opposite than like value in like guys, because they'll go to guys, and that's like a very surface level of thinking that applies to so much of the population,
Oh
and that
yeah.
angers me.
Oh
But
yeah.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that is what like influenced me in that sense. It's kind of like you have to build your following around not just its numbers and not just what will maximize it. Like it's very possible and it does happen all the time for you to keep growing and getting bigger in all the wrong ways, attracting all of the worst attention. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I just don't want to have the people that I like interact with and chat and like just like talk to and stuff be like the worst kinds of attention and just who I don't want to like be around and stuff. And like I wouldn't want them giving me money for that reason or like, doing anything for that reason. It's just not respectable. But then people will build their followings around that because they know they can. So
Right. Right.
it's just kind of a thing where you have to show them that you're valuable despite not being like slutty acting or whatever or like showing your body and like any similar stuff. And it's just for me it's kind of conditioned me in a sense where I'd have to like show that I'm valuable in some other way, which is yeah.
Yeah. See. I told you
Yeah.
guys, Beggy. She knows.
She knows.
She knows. That's exactly. I do the same thing. Like I've always been like that ever since I hopped on YouTube. Like I always wanted to put forth my gameplay and like my skill and all that,
Yeah.
or just the fact that I know what I'm talking about, or
But
I'm
Erica,
knowledgeable. What's up?
Erica, you're a woman.
I know it's looks first. No, Beggy's right.
I
because
know,
we're,
and it's
we're
so dumb because this is why I don't stream
Yeah.
with the fucking webcam anymore. Because I'm like, if you're not here to watch me play the video game, you're not here for me. So like, get the fuck out.
But here's another thing with the webcam. Here's something that I always keep in the back of my head. I don't want anyone to be like offended by it or anything or
No, go
and I
ahead.
can say that, but you might still be. But like if I come across someone's stream and they don't have a webcam, I click off just because of the reason that like I want someone there to interact with. But that's my personal thing. But like
That's
if
fair.
you're doing it for the reason that like you don't want your work to be from like people seeing you, I totally understand that too. So
No, yeah, that's totally fair. I understand that completely. Like people like go in and they're like expecting to see a human face. They're like
yes.
want to see reactions of someone or whatever. And I totally get that. I watch people both ways. But like, yeah, for me personally, I'm just like when I stream with my fucking webcam, it's I don't know how many times I've gotten people coming to my stream like, are you a guy or girl? And I'm like, yo, auto ban, because like fuck you though. I don't do shit right now, dude. But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, but I could see like there probably is girls out there that maybe they're not so skilled or they're just kind of into video games but not really, and like, you know what, I'm hot, I'm just gonna try it, and or they see someone else doing it and they try it, and so they come in there already with those different reasons. Like they don't have the same mentality, I guess, that we do, where it's like we're trying to kick some ass out here, we're trying to beat people down in these games, and I'm trying to teach people about these games and just share the passion. And but I think, Beggy, you are right, like that sometimes we are judged differently. Maybe the majority of the time we are, and maybe it's they don't even mean to, but it's so embodied in our culture. And like you said, it's across everything. It's not just streaming, it's like everything that it's our looks first, how we sound, how we look, if we're hot or not, and then okay, what comes after that? What else do you got? Kind of thing. And like with men, it's not so much like that. It's like, yeah, they could be a hot guy, but it's more so like, well, what are they good at? What value do they have? You know,
Yes,
so it's
and
it's
that's what
different.
we're looking for in them, you know? And it's like they're not inherently looked at for their just inherent sexiness, you know what I mean? Oh, Bandit's in chat. Hi, Bandito. What is that? But like, yeah, along those lines, like I was gonna say, like that is why, like, isn't it so unfortunate sometimes that, like, I'm not all being like super pity or like negative or anything. I'm just saying that, like, if someone could see, just if you could just show someone how good you are at something, how nice it would be for that to take the attention off of like your looks or anything like that, which is like one of the reasons
Yeah.
why I love playing fighting games. I did already, but then it's like, as a streamer, it's like you could literally go toe to toe someone and like just show them who's boss, and like you can kind of grow in that sense, and you can kind of have people learn from you, and you could be like a figure that's looked at for like teaching or your value or anything like that, rather than like anything else. So yeah.
Exactly. They'll take you seriously, you know.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before, me and Char. This was originally going to be like the reason we wanted to have Beggy on. Remember, Char? Because we were talking about women and like how if we just show up to their page for the first time, because we were recommended to you, Beggy, from Hustle, our good friend, which we're all friends with. He's like, hey, you guys should check out Beggy. And then we did after the podcast. This was like 2-3 shows ago. And Char was like, I don't know about what did you say about her name or something like that? Like, I'm not trying to put you on blast, Char, but it was like, but
Well, like,
there was like a hesitation there, like, oh, who's this
hesitation of the
girl?
name is like,
Yeah,
like that whole like, I mean, what I don't know where you got your name, obviously, and I haven't asked, but like, just like first impression wise, of like a female streamer on Twitch with that name, I was like, this is interesting. Like,
Yeah.
but
Actually, I've gotten that like before, actually. Like people are so like they're always like amused by my name, but they also like get different ideas about them, and I wonder how many of them get the idea that you get, because like I start to understand that how like it sounds, but it's just like really like it's a stupid word that I made up, and it's on Urban Dictionary right now. And if you want, you can look up what it means. But it's something that I've actually used for like ever, like since I was a kid. But it does sound like begging, like, right? But like it's nothing like that.
Kinda.
And I didn't want to like judge it just off of that, but that, like, first like impression wise, it was kind of like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
It's also probably like one of these stupidest sounding tags like ever conceived. Like I was trying to see if anyone had it on like a different social media platform.
Probably worse what's out there, I'll tell you.
Like true, but like it's a tier of stupidity that like a lot of people like don't have in their tag, and it's just very stupid, but it like started that way, and I've like never really changed it. So but yeah.
Yeah,
it goes both ways of like everybody judging everybody out here on like first impressions, and it's like, it's fucking shit, man. I hate it.
It's true.
That's the reason.
That's what humans are.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm bringing it up, because it sparked this discussion between me and Char, and I was like, wait, so what made you think that, Char? Like, is it because she's a woman? Is it because like are we like, is it in us to just not take women seriously at first? Like, I started thinking about it because
I think that's part of it, honestly.
Yeah, and I wanted to explore that, and I was like, we gotta bring Beggy on, because that we bring it full circle, you know, and how it's just like a thing. Because I know there's men out there. I know there are. I've seen it. I've had people do the same to me, where it's like they don't take me seriously at first until like I have to earn it. You know what I mean? And so I just thought with Char saying that, I was like, wait, are we doing it too? Because you know, 100%. Yeah, and it's just
I do it all the time,
crazy.
Just saying. I do.
Yeah, and it's like, what is that? How did that start? You know, but
boob streamers, man.
That's the thing. Yeah, it comes full circle. It's like, it's because they're ruining it for the rest of us. We can't take them seriously until we know they're really a gamer, or until we know they're really legit and they know what they're talking about. And it's like, there's like this stigma, I think, it's just always going to be there, like,
which is like so dumb, because like if you look at Beggy's YouTube for like 5 seconds, you know she's legit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, because you're living by the code, Beggy, where it's like you're putting that out there first. Like, I'm serious. I play these games. I get down out here, and then one quick look at your videos, yeah, you see that. And I'm trying to do the same thing. Like, I've always been like that. You're not gonna come to my channel and see boobs and then me just like talking there with my boobs. Like, that's not happening. Like, you're gonna see me beating down a boss. Like, that's what you're gonna come see. So it's like, it's just interesting to me, like the psychology part of it. Like, what is that? Like, what makes us do that against other women as well? We go through it, but we still kind of do it too. And I think it's just maybe a combination of things.
That's like why.
See, this is why we have no friends.
No girlfriends, anyways.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, but I was saying, like, it's just so natural to think that way, just because of like societally, like how we view that way, like how people, especially, like, they put value on like the marketability of how a woman looks, and marketability in terms of like appearance is huge, because like people don't want to, literally, like the first thought when like coming across any girl is her look. So it's like, if that's like not it for you, then like some people will just leave. And like it is that thing. And it's like, but it's also a thing of like girls coming across other girls, where it's like you understand that like you need to like present yourself like very strongly, in a sense that's like attractive, but also like respectable. And like if you're not conventionally like one or more of those things, then it's like you get less respect from like girls too. But like, which is like super shitty. It's like it is presentability, but it's also like just like what kind of respect do you want to earn? Do you want to respect it from do you want to earn respect from people that like put that kind of value in appearance and like first impressions and kind of like your initial take on them? Or do you want them to put value in like your value as a human being, or as a content creator, or like a gamer, or something like that? So that's a very big question.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, yeah, if they are coming just straight for your looks and they're like, yeah, I don't like it, I'm out. It's like, hey, we didn't want you here anyways. You know, I think I'd rather have people who stick around despite what I look like, or despite that I'm married, or whatever is going on. And they're just like, I like her. She's cool for these other reasons. And I'd rather have them stay. And I feel like I'm succeeding at that. Like, I'm having a good community. I know, Beggy, you have your community, Char with yours. And sometimes we share people in that community, and we're all kind of together in this. But yeah, I think that's the goal, at least for me. Like, I would rather have that. I mean, it's going to take longer to grow, you know, possibly it could take longer to, you know, get viewers out here, but at least, you know, they're there for, you know, the right reasons, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want an audience if they're there for the wrong reason. Like, I just don't want the people even watching at all.
I mean, it's cool if it starts that way. Hey, they come in, oh, she's kind of cute, but then they stay because, you know, oh, she's got, you know, good gameplay, she's funny, she's entertaining. You know, sometimes, I mean, we can't stand over here and say we don't do it, because if there's, like, you were talking about the hot guy earlier, you see the hot guy, you're like, okay, he's hot, and then you stick around because maybe he's funny, maybe he's, you know what I mean, he's very engaging, and then all that other stuff, the first impressions kind of go out the window. Now you like him for other reasons. So I think, yeah, it can go both ways.
Dude, it's crazy because that guy too, like it's almost in the sense that like sometimes we can't stand like booby streamers, and it's like, oh no, I don't want to watch them for like more than a couple seconds, and then it's like I'll see almost like very few guys in his chat too, like rarely ever, and I don't know if it's a similar kind of dynamic.
Maybe
it's like when I come across it, it's just like all girls, like all of them, and like
it's wild.
Like, when you meet them in real life, they're just like a group of girls, like that's like it's a whole following, and it's like, damn.
I think, Beggy, you're gonna have to drop that name for Char. All right, you're gonna have
to for Char.
I was gonna say, I'll say
for sure.
For Char, and then she'll give me the verdict, and then send it to me.
I'll definitely show you. Like, I'll send it after this. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give a shout out to these super chats real quick. Tokyo TZ says, I'm not mad at her getting her bag. He's talking about Alinity. It's hard out here, and I don't watch her content. I'm more mad at the loser dudes flocking to that content on Twitch. So he's blaming the dudes, the thirsty dudes going in there.
I mean, you blame who you want.
I mean, it is kind of true, though. I mean, if it wasn't for them, she wouldn't be here. She wouldn't be doing content. They are fueling her escapades out here. Okay, and the other one was from Ravenflow. Shout out to you. It says Shokyo has a debate with a feminist streamer about boob streamers polluting the pool for real female gamers. It was a good debate. I'm gonna have to see that. I think I heard about that.
So cool. Do you know who Shokyo is?
Oh yeah. I consider us friends. I think we're friends.
Ooh,
yeah,
dang,
yeah.
you know him too? That's so cool.
Yeah.
But he's like
goddamn connections, though.
True, yeah.
Hey, I try.
So
I try. I figured you knew him though because of Smash, because he's all up in Smash and he's always playing. Yeah.
True.
Tournaments and stuff like that. I'd like to see him go to Evo. Shout out to Shokyo. Once the world gets back to normal, maybe next year Evo or something, that'd be cool. Yeah, but Shokyo, he's making content out here. But yeah, there's debates out there. I'm sure there's, a lot of people have opinions. It would be interesting to hear a male opinion on all this too, as well.
Yeah.
For all this going on.
True.
Yeah,
maybe
man.
you should have an episode on inviting like Hustle or something.
some guys in here. Yeah. I will revisit it at some point, I'm sure. Alinity is not done. I'm sure something's gonna happen, or some other streamer, some other female streamers, maybe something will happen, and this topic will probably come up a lot in the future, I would assume. Yeah. But that it's crazy, man. So yeah, that's pretty much our main topics. But we do have a top 5 for today. How long we been streaming? We're going like an hour. Yeah, we here. We gotta talk about some ASMR, because we all here indulge and engage in ASMR, and it's interesting to know, Beggy, if you want to. I hope you want to share this. You've you've streamed it. You've kind of dabbled in ASMR a little bit, right?
Yeah, in a sense, it's just kind of it's like almost a ritualistic thing, but it's just kind of something I've always like done when I'm starting soon. And like on my starting soon screen, I'll actually just open up a can of like whatever. Sometimes it's a can, but it could be vegetable juice, like V8, or it could be soda, or it could be like something else. And like I'll just open it at the 1 minute left on my starting soon screen every time, and then I'll just breathe into the mic for like a second, and then I'll start sipping on it. And that's like pretty much all I do. But I like listening to it as well.
That's cool. Yeah, Char had the idea for the top 5 to do our top 5 triggers. Now, if people out there listening don't understand ASMR, they are like, "What's a trigger?" How would you describe? I guess it's like a. How would you describe it, Char?
It's
something that makes you it makes you tingle. It's a type of.
It's hard to explain it. But it's something that, like, if you're listening to ASMR and this one sound comes up and it, like, relaxes you more than the other sounds have, I would consider that a trigger.
Yeah, because there's different types.
Something you like over the other sounds, too.
Right. Like, what does it for you, basically? What gets you relaxed? What gets you...
Guys...
tingly, because there's this tingly feeling. If you've never experienced ASMR, some people get it, some people don't, but if you do get it, it's a tingly feeling that it just relaxes you. It's something that I feel like I've experienced ASMR since I was younger, like a kid, because I remember I used to feel like tingly, like if I had like a massage or something like that, and like I don't know, it's just always been there, and I didn't even know what the hell it was until a couple years ago I got introduced to it, and I was like, oh shoot, this is a thing. Like this is how did I not know this sooner?
But I don't think it was me, but
no, it wasn't you. It was somebody in my chat. I remember they're like, have you checked out ASMR yet? And I'm like, what the hell's that? It was my birthday. I remember it was my birthday, and I checked it. So it was a nice birthday gift. I was like, wow, this is a whole world that I should have been in already. I was kind of mad I didn't find it sooner, but yeah. So, okay. I'm just gonna go off top of the head with my list because I have a few.
I mean, I have to do.
Yeah. So we're gonna say our top 5 triggers. And Beggy, why don't you start us off since you're the guest? Give us one. Give us one. We'll do roundtable.
Okay, sure. Like, I guess, like, one of my big ones is, like, crickets chirping at night, like, in, like, a garden, and just, like, that little, kind of like how you hear in, like, cartoons and someone tells, like, an awful joke, like, similar, but, like, more, like, ambient, obviously, and more so, like, at night, and that's, like, something I would listen to, like, put me to sleep in, like, college, so I like that a lot.
Nice, yeah, like,
I do like those sounds in general.
I always wish I did know about ASMR when I was in college, because they're like for studying and all that. That would have been,
True.
yeah. Char?
I like it. Just off the top of my head, like head scratching videos, like people either like brushing hair or like running their fingers through like the like quote unquote like your scalp or whatever, that kind of shit.
I love that stuff.
So good, so good.
Yeah. And it's weird because it's like it's not happening to you, right? But it's like but you feel
I don't
like
even
it
have
is.
long hair anymore. Like I used to have super long hair, and then people brushing their long ass hair, and I'm just like, yes. I'm like, what? I have like short hair. I don't get it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
like me, because I love getting like a back massage, or just someone like Kenny. Okay, I like having him just like softly like touch my back, with his hands, right, going up and down. I love that stuff. But if I even see it happening to someone else, it's like it's like I feel it too. It's like
God,
it's so relaxing. It's like
Wild.
it just it's gonna sound crazy to people who don't understand ASMR. They're gonna think it's like a fetish or something, but no, it's like, man, it's just, you gotta experience it. You gotta experience it to understand. I feel.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people talk about ASMR. They see it as fetishistic because it's something that like is very particular, and it's something very specific that like kind of does something for you in ways that like most people don't particularly feel that way, or at least most of the population. But
Yeah, exactly. Like my husband Kenny, he doesn't get it. I showed it to him one time and he was just like, what? He doesn't get it at all. Yeah. So okay, I'm up next. Oh, you did the head scratching one. Okay, I really love this one. It's hard because it's like I end up closing my eyes and falling asleep, so it's not like I could really hear it too much. But I love the face touching, like where it's like they're
stop.
You're watching the video, right? And it's like they're just brushing their hands across the camera, so it's like as if they're brushing your face, sort of. They'll use like makeup brushes. They'll use their fingers.
Oh my God.
I love that. Like they're putting on your makeup, or they're, you know what I mean? They're doing stuff, and it's like that relaxes me. That relaxes me a lot.
Any like hand movements like around the camera, like that is just, I don't know what it is. So good, so good.
Yeah, I love that stuff. But like I said, you got to keep your eyes open though, sort of. You can hear it a little bit, but it's mostly a visual thing. So yeah, it's not so much for just like closing your eyes and listening, but it gets it going. It gets it going. That's like a way to start, I guess. So yeah, Beggy, you're up next. You got it.
I feel like I don't get that many triggers from like visual ASMR. Most of the ones that I like are actually just sound, but like one of the ones that I do like visually is weird because a couple of my guy friends like this, and they told me about it, and I was like, interesting. And then like I was starting to get into it, and like one of them is actually when someone is using like kind of like a cleanser, and they're clearing blackhead out of their like skin, and they're like pulling it out,
you
and
like
they kind of
that
use a mask,
stuff.
and they're they're like peeling like the dirt and like the blackhead and like all the like unwanted stuff. And
I can see that.
out. And I like that like a lot. And I also like in a similar sense, like this one's like kind of weird because like I don't usually like get like acne or whatever, but like when people are like pulling off like bits of like scabs, or like they're picking out like something, is like kind of like another visual one that I like. But
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, so you're
I
into
can understand why that would be satisfying.
You're into the
It's just a weird-
extractions then, like the pimple
kind of.
popping and stuff like that.
Popping is like a little
Well, you know what I
Like,
mean, like
maybe.
blackheads and like that stuff.
yeah. No, yeah, I know.
Ooh,
Yeah, I was
crazy.
just being annoying.
The chat response right now is like they're tripping out. They're tripping
Chat does
out.
not know what's up right now.
Yeah, they're just like, huh?
Speaking of extraction, I gotta see that movie on Netflix. It was just released.
Extraction. I gotta
The
check that out.
Chris Hemsworth one. Thor is in it.
Oh, okay, got you. Char, you're up.
I see people talking about like gaming ASMR in chat, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not even joking. My friend, when we're on call, sometimes he'll play like he'll be like practicing in Smash or something, or sorry, Project M or whatever, and I can hear his like controller, and like it's like kind of cathartic. Like,
You
and
like
there's
that?
videos out
Yeah.
there of just like people playing Smash and just like the controller sounds.
I make those noises
So,
all the
like,
time.
I mean, yeah. There you go. So like, yeah, no, that's I don't know. I guess yeah, that's one of mine. It's cathartic. It doesn't give me like tingles, but it's like it's nice to have sometimes, you know.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. There is that thing of like, sometimes they'll be like typing. They just type on the.
Yeah.
And it's
the
funny.
typing
Like,
videos are nice, too.
I don't really like to listen to that stuff because like I work with people who type really loud and it's not the same. I wish I could feel like that at work. Like when I'm annoyed with these people, I wish it relaxed me, but it actually annoys me at work. But maybe I guess it's just different when you're in the zone and like, okay, I'm trying to sleep, so this hits different. I think the same thing with like whispering and talking. At first, I really didn't like it. I didn't like listening to like mouth sounds, like people talking, and you can hear the spit and everything. I don't even like hearing my own, like if I'm streaming and stuff. But when you find the right one, like if it's a certain ASMR, it just hits different, and it's
true.
Yeah, so I would say that is one of my top 5, like the talking and whispering and all that. But it depends on the person. Like it's not everyone. They're not all created equal. That's for sure. Yeah. But let me say an honorable mention for the worst trigger. I can't do the eating sounds.
Fuck the eating.
I can't do
I
it.
hate those so
I can't
much.
do it.
Sounds, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
I don't
that
care.
shit.
I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're the best ASM artist in the world. I cannot listen to you eat. I just
Fuck
can't do
out
it.
of my ear with that shit.
Yeah.
It
But
just
anyways,
it's just no.
I can't. Yeah, I just can't do it. It's just so it triggers me in the wrong way. Like I just
Wrong trigger.
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about like auditory, or are you talking about also visual, like kind of mukbang?
Both.
Like mukbang
Okay.
is fine, but like if you're in the microphone eating in my ear, like get out.
But yeah, mostly the audio. Like visual, it's like if I see it, okay, whatever. But if it's like loud and it's like I hear all the freaking like mustard and everything coming out that hamburger, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. Oh man. Beggy. Which one? We're on 3. It's your third one, right?
Yeah.
4th,
Yeah, I think
3rd,
so.
4th? Okay, go for it.
This is actually another bug one, but speaking of bugs, everyone should eat bugs. They're really good for everyone in the environment. But yeah, because I'm just saying that because like I like eating crickets a lot, but
Oh snap! I never had one. I never.
Not
had
even
one.
like joking, but there's a video on my YouTube channel, of like me and my friend, and we're like just trying sriracha flavored crickets for the first time, and they're
sriracha.
so damn good.
Okay.
Such good crickets, but anyway.
Damn.
Speaking of that, I like cicadas and like the sounds that they make and just like the buzzing and stuff, because it makes
Oh,
it.
you
like,
would not
summer.
like them over here, man.
Dang, why are they annoying?
They're fucking loud.
Mm.
Oh my lord! Like, oh my god! You get one like 2, even like 3, like 6 feet away from your fucking window, and you're like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna find this bug and I'm gonna kill it." Like,
Wait, they get
so
that
loud.
close?
They get close, like, and I'm like, I don't know. They're just everywhere too. So like, yeah, no. If you get one even like close to your window, you're just like, I'm gonna go crazy, dude.
I usually I had them on like a tree, and like I would spot them, and they're huge. They're like really big bugs, and like, but like I love listening to them like buzz and stuff. And honestly, like it just reminds me of like summertime and like being relaxed and like it being warm in the summer and like being outside with like my friends and stuff. So it's just like a really like good kind of memory feeling kind of vibe that it gives off. So, but yeah, I like cicadas a lot, and like similar kind of garden like insects or like grass like insects and stuff that make noises. I usually like them too.
Interesting. Char.
Yeah, cicadas are annoying bastards.
They sound annoying
in the summer.
Yeah.
If anybody here's ever watched an anime where they show like the sounds of like summer or whatever, that's literally what it sounds like, but it's like turned up to like 11. It's insane. Anyways, let's see, number 3. I'm just gonna say an easy one and say rain, because I like rain.
Rain is good. It's relaxing.
Rain's a good one.
Yeah. Sometimes here though in my house, like it gets kind of windy with the rain, and there's like we have some sago plants outside. Sometimes they scratch against like stuff around them, and that's annoying. I'm like, really? You need a clipping? No, but
Right?
yeah. So, but I do like rain typically. The smell of it too.
Oh,
Yeah, I know that's not really ASMR, but yeah, the sound.
just in general.
The sound. I gotta say, freaking ear cleaning. Anything with the ears. Anything with the ears. I
Interesting.
love
Not expecting.
ear massage, cleaning. Yeah, because they have like these mics that it looks like an ear, and it's like the mic is inside the ear. So they'll have them like they wear gloves or they won't wear gloves, and they'll just like massage the ear, like lotion or whatever, and you hear it, and it feels like you're getting the massage because it's all up in your ears.
I can't.
It's super
I
good.
can't do the moisturizing sounds. I can't do it, man.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yeah, it sounds too much like mouse sounds to me.
it kind of can. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It could.
It's just like that. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like not sticky, but it's like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
kind
for me. But yeah.
I kind of see that as like also being like when it's cleaning, I do kind of like it because it's almost like you're also just like digging out some like whatever out of your ear and it's just satisfying. But
Right.
I could see that, yeah. But like not the lotiony part or moisturizing
Okay.
part, yeah.
It doesn't have to be. I'd prefer it without, but if it's there, it's like it's cool, it's fine. But yeah, I see where you guys are coming from. All right, Beggy.
Next I would say probably like howling wind, like when you're sitting in. I have this like YouTube like set of like different nighttime like kind of good for sleep and stuff. And one of them is like howling wind with like thunder, and it's like really calming thunder. And it's like not obnoxious or anything. And the wind sounds like you're just like you've made it inside, and it's just very cozy, and it's like really
Oh,
good
yeah.
to like just kind of like lie down and do whatever. So it's like that plus the thunder plus like sometimes the rain with it. So
Nice.
and I'm kind of like stealing a lot if anyone were gonna say it like this too, but usually in those videos there's also a fireplace and it's like crackling, and that's like what I like too so much.
Yeah, that's a good sound. I like that. So you're more into like the environmental stuff, like the natural
Yes.
stuff. Like this could legit happen any day, and you could hear it outside. That's pretty cool. You
And
would-
then it's really nice.
yeah, yeah. You should live like in Seattle or something.
Do
That
they have
rain
a
all
lot
the
of that?
time. Oh, it rains all the time. I know that.
Ooh.
Someone in the chat said this is making me sleepy. Hey man,
Sure.
that's just an effect. I'm actually feeling kind of relaxed too. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Char, go for it.
I think it's an easy one, but it's similar to the head scratching, but it's not because that one's more like hair based. This one's like just like mic scratching. Does that make sense? Like mic scratching or like
Oh, yeah,
mic
scratching.
brushing, what they've got,
like
the
this
big,
stuff. The scratching.
like-
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not like yours, but like
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, with like the big like with either they've got the big like fluffy one and they like brush their hand over that or whatever. It's like it kind of sounds similar to the hair
Oh,
brushing.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah. The
is maybe why.
fluffy mic. You talking about that?
Yeah, the fluffy mic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What are they called?
I
Oh my god,
forget.
I can't remember.
I forget.
Covers. They're not covers. Whatever. Windscreens. Whatever the fuck.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like big and fluffy. I like those ones. And then what was the other one that's similar to that? But yeah, I think because it sounds a little bit kind of like maybe like it sounds kind of like the sea, which I don't even like the sea. I don't even like the ocean. I don't like going to the ocean. I like the sounds of the ocean. It's like fine, but like it sometimes sounds like that, and I think that's why I like it. Is it like
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah, I get you. Oh, it's my turn. Shoot. I'm getting sleepy.
Oh shit!
What else do I like? I'm trying to think. I've been kind of out of the ASMR game a little bit. I've been watching here and there, but not like every night like I used to be. I mean, I used to go hard on ASMR now.
Yeah.
This you said the scratching. I guess tapping. We can throw that in there. I don't think we mentioned
Oh, I
tapping
like
yet, but
good
like that's like the
tapping,
OG, like the regular type tapping, like just tapping on. Yeah.
On what though?
What the hell?
Anything?
Like anything. You know what? I seen one where they were just tapping on gaming controllers. So like the
Yeah,
Xbox
oh my
controller,
God.
that was pretty
good shit,
good. That
though.
was pretty good. Yeah, I was liking that. And
That sounds good, dude.
having the game theme in there. I was like,
Oh my God. Anything, if you tap in on anything like wooden, I'm fucking about it. I love wooden tapping things.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Merc in the chat, shout out to Merc. He's asking what streamers do we watch. I guess after we list these, we can list them.
Oh yeah.
Let's just finish
I
this
don't
list
have
real
that
quick.
many, but yeah.
We can give some recommendations and say like our favorites. But yeah, Beggy, go ahead. You can. This is the last one, right? Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for
last
it.
one.
I think I listed most of the stuff that I like. Like, I guess like one more that I would kind of like too is just like opening cans of like soda or like something or like any like drink, I guess. Or like the bottle opening noise, kind of like if you're using a bottle opener, and that's like kind of cool. But
Interesting.
yeah, but like that's like most
Not
of
like.
them. I don't.
Do you like twisty caps too, like that kind of stuff?
Kind of like the ones that are like a twist open kind of like beer, and you just like or like a Mike's Hard or something, like kind of. If I could hear like the fizziness like come out of it when I'm like doing it, then I'll like it.
I get you. The fizzy part.
The fizziness, yeah. That's like the best part.
Hard mics. I've had that in years. Actually, no, I've had one recently. I take that back. But the night I had it, I said that. I was like, I haven't had this in years. And
Those
it wasn't
are
bad. It wasn't bad.
tasty,
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Char, your last one?
I don't want to cop out and say just anything like this, but I mean, honestly, anything that has like any bassy kind of sounds, it's really hard to like describe what that is, but like anything cork usually, or anything that has like, oh wait, no, I lied. I mean, I do like those sounds, but actually one of my actual top ones is crinkles. I love crinkly shit.
Oh, like crinkle stuff.
Yeah, like just like really like crinkly plastics or something like a soap that's like wrapped in crinkly plastics, and then it's like somebody is like just not like aggressively like crinkling stuff, but like
just
light,
like, yeah, like
just,
light,
you know, like touching the side or like tapping on it or whatever, and it's got like an added like crinkle to it, and I'm like, thank you sir, like give me that. Anyway,
yeah, I'm trying to think of my last one. I think because you guys said some that I would pick too. I'll throw out the inaudibles, you know, where people just kind of make noises and it's not that they're talking. It's called inaudible speaking or noises. Yep. And but again, it's like certain ones. Like they're not all the same. It's like I'm specific. Exactly. And we're gonna list a few, but mine are mostly male. I don't know how about you too. Do you listen to only like mostly male or female, or do you do both?
I listen to a whole lot, but the main one I watch is a woman.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of. Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of voices for ASMR, like
right.
Or like streamers, really. Like usually I'll just find like a thing on YouTube, but if I do and it's a voice, it's usually a guy.
Yeah, see, I'm on that wave. I don't know if it's just more relaxing or something.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's just relaxing. But yeah, do you guys have a couple you want to suggest to the chat, like your favorites or something before we end this?
Where's my guy? The one that comes to mind automatically is ASMR Magic, because she's amazing. I love her.
Yeah, she's a big one. That's one of the few females. Who?
She had a video recently of like just a bunch of triggers, and I like, oh my god, there was like, it's so weird because she like brings like weird things that you wouldn't expect. She's always looking for like other stuff that you wouldn't expect, and she had this like acupuncture mat, which sounds really fucking weird to like bring to an ASMR thing, but like I was so into it. Yeah. It's my favorite part of that video. It was crazy. I'll link you guys after, but like I was enjoying it like a hell of a lot. And then the other one, I think his name is Dimitri, but I don't remember his handle.
That sounds familiar. I feel like I've come across that one. I've come across a lot, like, man.
He's got like more like hands kind of stuff. He does like the he's got inaudible. Oh, it's called Massage ASMR is his YouTube.
There's
so ASMR Magic and Massage ASMR are my go-tos.
Oh, massage. Yeah, that's like what I was talking about earlier. I like I have my go-tos right now. I have like JoJo's ASMR. JoJo's good. Dennis ASMR. Just how it sounds, his name. Yeah, he's young though. He's really young. I feel it's like, man, you grow up. But him.
Oh, I know this guy. Yeah.
And PJ Dreams, who I think he's Canadian. Char? PJ Dreams. He's a good one too. He's one of the few that I can listen to talk and do the mouth sounds and all that junk.
Really? Yo, he's young too. Yo, what are you doing out here, man?
Hey, we don't talk about that. No, they're legal. It's all right. But they are young though. And there's an older man. I just can't think of his name right now. He's really good too. Oh, I can't remember. And it's not coming up when I like look it up. But maybe I'll like.
Couldn't tell you. You know more than I do because I don't even like watch. Like I don't watch it all the time either.
There's a few, and
there was another one. Oh fuck. Was it Whispers Red? Sometimes Whispers Red is really good. Nice.
Some freaking mukbang just came up in my thing. I can't with this. Like, get this out of here.
Yeah, Whispers Red ASMR is nice sometimes too.
Oh, I can't remember his name right now. But
also,
yeah.
Curiously, sometimes I like a good RP ASMR. It sounds weird, but like.
What's RP?
You know what?
Oh, roleplay. Okay, I just caught it. Roleplay. Okay, I got. See, me, I'm the opposite. Like there's some I'll follow for a long time, right? And they do like the same kind of ASMR, and then out of nowhere, boyfriend roleplay. I'm like, why? No, you don't have to do this.
It's a thing, dude.
They'll do that, or like jealous boyfriend, or like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you didn't have to.
Right?
It's almost like this is their version of like the boob slip or the booby streamer. It's like, no, you were doing so well.
No, please. Yeah, no.
You were doing so
if you
good.
Want more RP, oh my god. If you want more RP kind of ASMR, if anybody even wants to like look that up, Goodnight Moon is a good RP ASMR artist.
Goodnight Moon. All right. Well, I mean, those are some recommendations there. How about the chat? You guys got anything you want us to read off? I saw some people listing.
Chat was like, I don't. What are we talking?
Yeah, some were like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I'm out.
So I just was called an ASMR cougar. Shout out to Protege. I see you. Yeah, and then Eric, shout out to you, said I like the sound of exploding body parts and gears. He said Erica likes that. Hey. Facts. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much our show. We're approaching like the end here. Some were tripping out that Beggy eats bugs. I saw someone tripping out in the chat. I can't hate on it.
I need to try more bugs.
Yeah, I've never really had them, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah, same.
Literally, the only reason why anyone ever would trip out over something like that is just because you've never been raised with it. But then like it's just something you like. People in South America will just like eat it, and like people in like Asian countries will eat it all the time. They'll have dishes with like dip that is made from like bugs and grasshoppers and stuff. Baggy bug, no, that's not right.
Buggy bug.
Okay.
I love
So
that.
like it's just an aversion because like you've never tried it, and it's like but it's very healthy. Like it's something that like if we ate for our protein instead of like steaks and stuff, we can get the same protein easily, and we could like remove all that methane that's being like put in the atmosphere by the cows. Like there's just so many. It's kind of like in the same line of like starting like a vegan movement, but eating bugs is like just like it's really tasty, and not a lot of people have looked into it, but there are a lot of companies that are investing in like very good just kind of ways to make bugs very tasty, like grasshoppers and crickets and all that kind of stuff. And grasshoppers are a little bit like chewier, but yeah, like that's I like doing that. I made a YouTube video on it with like one of my good friends, and she's a streamer too. And honestly, she wanted to keep the bag of crickets. She was like pretending to be grossed out, like head ass, like I caught her. But
she was secretly like wanting them.
She wanted to keep the bugs like the bag of it and like finish it, and she saved it for the next like week because they didn't give her more. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like, you like them so much.
Damn.
Wait, Dave, he said, I got a very important question since you like bugs. Please tell me you're a fan of Indiana Jones. And no, I'm not.
Doom.
Not like that.
Gummy worms as far as they'll go. right now, anyway. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I can't knock it till I try it, I guess. The crickets, I think,
Yeah.
are the ones that sound like the tastiest, if I had to say. But I don't know. Maybe someday.
so too.
Maybe someday. Yeah.
I think the consistency would throw me off, but it was like if it was like mixed into something, you know, I'd probably be down.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
yes,
sure.
that's what a lot of people feel. Like if it was like a dip, or I use it as like because I eat a lot of rice in my diet, so like I'll always put like a bunch of crickets as like toppings for the rice, and they taste really good that way. It's kind of like putting. They kind of taste like sunflower seeds. That's like a good comparison.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, that is
Love
what.
it from sunflower seeds.
Interesting. All right. Well, that has been our show, you guys. Appreciate everybody who's been here live, or if you're listening later, you can catch us on Spotify, here on YouTube. You can always watch the VOD, Twitch as well. What else? Help me out, Char.
Anchor?
Anchor, our top, our hub. Shout out to
Twitter.
Anchor. We love you.
Shout out to Anchor.
And Google, I believe Google Podcasts are on there. Breakers, a couple others. Oh, SoundCloud. Shout out to SoundCloud. Yeah, SoundCloud is the homie. We're all over. So yeah, every other Saturday here. We are live, and then the show will go up on the other platforms the next day. All right. So, again, thank you to everyone watching live, and Beggy, thank you for being here. Anything you want to close with? You want to let everyone know where they can find you?
Yeah, sure. I'm focusing on YouTube a lot lately. My YouTube channel. I do a lot of stuff on like upcoming games, like releases. I do some skits that are like just silly. Like I did one on Resident Evil 4 remake being announced, and like the big questions that I have it, but they're all just like shit posting, like me talking about like references to the game and like but yeah, and I've been streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I think someone plugged me earlier already. But yes, and more skits that I'm trying to do, like kind of like I want to do one soon that's like what Twitch chat behaves like before like a Smash tournament, because they always have like these memes going around. But yeah, just a lot of stuff in the works there. And then besides that, I just have a Twitter, a Discord community, and a what is it? No, that's basically it really. Just Discord, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch is like mainly where you can find me. And this is my Twitter. But yeah, thanks
that'll be in the
for having
chat.
me.
And just if you're listening to the audio only, it's Beggy Beg. So BEGGY That's her name on Twitch. I'm on it right now. And same for YouTube, right? Same spelling and everything? Or is it a little bit different?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same thing on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Just all BEGGY and then Beg
Yeah.
and everything. So
Yeah. Not Buggy Bug. That might be the name after this one. But close. But yeah, Char, same. You want to do your outro?
God, it's such a mess every time. I will put it. We should. You know what we should do? Just put it on YouTube under the video,
Description.
Honestly.
It should be there.
Yeah.
It'll be there. Same thing with
we'll put it
Beggy.
there.
I'll add like a comment or I'll put in the description. I'll put your links in there so people can check out your content. Again, thank you for being here, Beggy. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks so much for inviting me. This is like really fun, engaging. So thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate you being here. Again, thank you for listening, and we will be back next time. Until then, everyone take care, stay healthy, and we'll catch you later. Peace.
Bye.
See ya.